It's like that one moment when the last bit of turkey is gobbled on Thanksgiving, and then we get into this mode, the Christmas mode. And for some reason we think that means we have to start working triple time, or even faster to get everything done. Sometimes I think that this time of year has the effect in which parents and grandparents are driven to the edge, wondering if everything will be all right, if they will make it through this season of cheer. We often wonder if we can complete the Christmas traditions. Every year we have that checklist, don't we? We have that checklist of everything that we need to get done, the Christmas cards, the different parties we go to, the gifts we have, our kids' programs at school and at church, and whatever other organizations they might be into. And when all that's done, there's always, without failure, that last moment of Yuletide something that we forgot to include on our Christmas list. But that's Christmas. After all, Christmas is only a day, isn't it? And for most families, it lasts all of 20 minutes while the kids tear through the presents. And then we're exhausted. We gear up for that day, don't we? We plan for it. We decorate our towns, schools, and businesses, and our homes. And seemingly we believe it's all for that one day. But as Christians, we know that it is not just about one day. You see, we know that that one day, as the kids just shared with us, that one day changed everything. We talked about it just last week. That word, Emmanuel. God with us. God has come to intervene in your life and in my life, not just for a day. God has come to intervene in your life forever. God is here. Came to earth on Christmas Day, and not just Christmas Day. God came to be with us every day of our lives. God intervenes to restore order to this season of chaos. Advent, the days leading up to Christmas, are important days for you and I. It is the journey that we take, recognizing that our lives are indeed chaotic. And they only become more chaotic when we reminisce of our mistakes, our poor choices, our bad days, and all the other things that bring us stress and anxiety. And God says, I have come to intervene for you in all of that. God says, I have come to forgive you, to allow this time of reflecting on my presence. So stop checking off boxes and preparing for Christmas. I want you to know that this season is one that is very difficult to navigate if we forget about Advent. Not only do we find ourselves on the edge, many of us forget how we got there in the first place. Advent is the reflection, and then get this, the promise that God brings us back from the edge and shares His Son Jesus with us. Today we focus on joy. The smiles when the kids sang. Did you guys look around when the kids were singing it? The smiles going on in the church. The pride that we take in our hard work. We are joyful in this moment right now because God is with us. Confessing our faults, we realize our need for Jesus. But here is what Advent means, is that we accept this gift of forgiveness and we begin to celebrate in the grace that we live in. Joy is the reason you're here today. It is a day in which you focus on the future of things and allow God, this is my favorite thing, allow God to overwhelm your past. Advent is that journey in which God overwhelms your past so that you can focus on the important thing, and that is the joy of Christmas. Your mistakes and bad choices are meaningless because God has taken a big old eraser, erased them. He says, what are you dwelling on? Why do you continue to live in chaos? For I have come. God is with us. That order is restored in your life. Is that joyous? Yes. Isn't that the amazing example that God gives us? So as we continue our Advent journey, focus on the joy that is this season. Focus more than checklist. Focus more than just what's on your schedule. Look for ways that your life will bring joy to others. Share the message of hope that God is with us. Share the message of truth that He is with us to overwhelm our past, so that we might live in pure and true joy. Invite people to share in the joy that Jesus can bring them. Invite someone to church. And know this, God is with us. God is with you. May you have a joy-filled rest of Advent as we walk towards Christmas Day. And now let's stand and let's sing about our joy.